Good morning, class. So ngayon ay ang i-discuss lang natin is yung mga network theorem. Kumbaga, review na lamang. Since same process naman siya nung sa DC circuits, ano. So, recalling the superposition theorem, ito kasi is or in superposition theorem, it states that the voltage across or the current through an element is determined by summing the voltage or current due to each independent source. So, ang ginagawa natin, we activate the sources one at a time. And then, if we activate one source, all other sources will be turned off. No? In current source, ito-turn off natin siya by replacing it with an open circuit. And in voltage source, ito-turn off naman natin siya by replacing this with a short circuit. Now, in this example, we have to determine the current I. So, yung current I natin, class, itong nasa, or yung dumaan, current na dumaan dun sa gitna dun sa ating capacitor. By superposition theorem, meron tayong part-by-part solution. Again, itong mga theorems are application of what we learned previously, yung mga methods of solving, such as, of course, Ohm's law, voltage divider rule, current divider rule, even sa KVL, no, and sometimes KCL. So the first part, we activate first the 5-volt source. So again, pwede naman nating hindi na ilagay yung bar after 0 since 0 na siya. Pero if there is an angle, definitely kailangan natin siya isama. Okay? So we get the current na due to the 5 volts. If we redraw the circuit, syempre ito yung ating source na activate. This is still the 4 ohms as our capacitor. So, yung current source na ito-turn off natin will be replaced with an ohms. Let's write the impedances na kasi yung given are all reactances, no? Capacitive and inductive reactance. So, automatically, alam natin kapag inductor, meron siyang positive J, so J5 ohms, that's the impedance. And then for 2 ohms, we have negative J, that's the capacitor, J2 ohms. This is still our 4 ohms and of course our source. So I have to identify the current due to the 5-volt source. Again, pwede nating i-rename yung current kung anong gusto natin. Pwedeng subscript na 1, 2, 3. Kaya subscript ABC. Okay, may I prime, I double prime. So let's use the I prime na lang. Okay, but inspection, dahil nga nag-open na yung current source natin, ibig sabihin, the flow of current will only loop around the closed circuit. Na kasi open na to, ibig sabihin, the J5 or yung ating inductor ay hindi nadadaanan ng current. Na? So, wala na to. Ang papansinin na lang natin ay yung series circuit or yung series loop natin for at saka negative J2. So, we can identify our current I prime by Ohm's law. V over the impedance, voltage over impedance, which is 5 divided by 4 minus J. Na. So, this will be 1.118 bar angle, 26.57 amperes. So, meron na tayong I prime. Now, let's get the current due to the current source naman. So, we activate 2 ampere current source. Dahil siya yung i-activate natin, we turn off other sources. And what we do with the voltage source, short circuit natin. So, visit mo yung short circuit. Ito pa din yung 4 ohms. Ito pa din yung capacitor, yung induction. Inductors yung current. Tapos yun pa din yung kukuhanin nating current. Ano? Pagiging ay double prime na lang. Kasi this now is the current that is due to the 2 ampere source. Ito pa din yung J5, negative J2, and 4 ohms. So, by inspection ulit, makikita natin na dahil nga sinort na natin yung voltage source, naging parallel na si 4 ohms at saka si negative J2. No, kasi they share the same nodes, the same pair of nodes. So, parallel na silang dalawa. The behavior of current from the source, no, dito magagaling, mahahati siya dun sa node. Yung I double prime, bababa by negative J2, and further current will flow through the 4 ohms. Ibig sabihin, since meron tayong distribution of current, we have to use the current divider rule. So, using the CDO, we can identify I double prime. So, meron tayong several formula ng current divider rule. We can use the current divider rule for two parallel impedances. Kapag two parallel impedances, siya ay I1 equals I total, tapos yung numerator multiplied by, ang numerator is the opposite, no? Which is opposite impedance. And then the denominator is the combination of the both impedances. So, naman I2, ang hinahanap natin. So, I2 multiplied by, again, ang numerator is the opposite impedance. And then say, C1 plus C2. So, in this case, ang opposite impedance natin is the 4 ohm, or the 4 ohm resistor. So, I total 2 ampere, which is given, of course, by our voltage source, multiplied by 4 over the combination of our impedances, 4 minus J2. Yes. Now, this will result to 1.789 bar angle 26.57. So, yun yung ating I double prime. So, getting total current ng ating original circuit, we have to get the summation of the two. I prime plus I double prime. Add lang natin yung dalawa. This is 2.91 bar angle 26.57 amperes. So, this is now our final answer. Okay? So, again, yung superposition, we are going to activate sources one at a time. And then, yun nga, kapag nag-turn off tayo ng other sources, kapag siya ay current source, papalitan natin siya ng open circuit. Kapag siya ay voltage source, papalitan natin siya ng short circuit. So, the number of your solutions or yung part, di ba part by part siya eh. So, the number of parts ng solution nyo will depend upon the number of the sources, on the independent sources. So, if you have two sources, such as our example, meron kayong dalawang parts ng solution. At yung dalawang yon, yung sagot dun sa dalawa, yun yung kukunin niyo yung summation. Kung tatlo naman, so you will have three parts of solution at yung answer doon sa tatlo, ayun yung magiging summation niyo. And so on. So, mostly hanggang 2 to 3 sila yung mga sources natin. Kasi lalo na sa exam, masyado namang mahaba if more than 2 ang ating magiging sources or more than 3. So, ganyan lang siya. Again, you have to recall ibang formula. Okay, may tanong po ba sa ating superposition? Again, this is just refresher lang kasi ito din yung ginawa ko sa DC circuits. Now, kung wala namang question, let us proceed to Thevenin and Norton. So, sa Thevenin, this is a method which converts any linear network, bilateral network, into a single AC voltage source. And it is in series with an equivalent impedance. Sa Thevenin, ang Thevenin equivalent circuit niya ay series circuit na meron siyang Thevenin equivalent voltage at saka Thevenin equivalent impedance. And then sa Norton's naman, the network is converted into a simple parallel circuit wherein the source is a current source, the Norton source, Norton equivalent current, and yung impedance na nakuha is nakaparallel naman sa. So, if we recall the source transformation, pwede natin siyang magamit sa Norton equivalent circuit at Thevenin equivalent circuit. If we already have the values of the ETH at saka ZTH, and we want to convert it into its Norton equivalent, equivalent. Ang mangyayari lang is, of course, we have to use the same value of impedance. And we have to get the value of the Norton current by Ohm's law. No? Para makuha yan, we have to use the ETH over the ZTH. And vice versa. Now, kung Norton equivalent circuit naman and we want to get the Thevenin equivalent circuit, yun natin, yung impedance, isi-series natin into a voltage source, and we get the value of the voltage source by Ohm's law pa rin. So, IN is ZL. And we have to take note that ZTH is equal to ZL. Now, at the same circuit or yung same network, ZTH is equal to ZN. So, yun, tinatawag siyang source transformation. This is not airplane. Right? Then we are going next. Ayan, ating example. So, ang pinapahanap is the Thevenin and Norton equivalent circuit. External to Z sub L. So, ibig sabihin, if we want to get the equivalent circuit, we have to temporarily remove yung ating load, Z sub L. So, at the terminals A and B. Lalagyan natin siya ng line here. And the network na nasa left ni ZL, yun yung gagawin natin equivalent circuit, Thevenin and Norton. So, ang una muna is Thevenin, using Thevenin's theorem. We have to get, so kahit alin naman ng mauna, no? Pwedeng VTH, pwedeng ZTH. So, let's use the ZTH first. In getting the equivalent or the Thevenin equivalent impedance, kailangan natin makuha yung equivalent impedance na naka-turn off ang mga sources. So, if you have a voltage source, parang sa superposition, iso-short natin siya. If you have a current source, i-open natin siya. Ano? Since in this example, isa lamang naman yung source natin, so ito turn off lang natin or iso-short natin yung ating voltage source. So, magiging ganito na siya kapag ni-read out na natin ang circuit. Ito pa din yung 40 ohms. Ito pa din yung 80. The impedance is J80. No? And yung ating 60, negative J60 ohms. Yan. Now, yung ating terminals, A and B ay nandito pa din. Again, we temporarily remove the load. Kasi nga sabi dito ay the circuit external to ZL. So, yung nasa left. Now, ang kailangan nating makuha is yung Z equivalent within looking at the terminals A. Kaya, yun yung equivalent Thevenin impedance natin. And by inspection, we can identify na yung combination ng J80 at ng negative J60, now they are in series, and the combination is in parallel with the 40 ohms. So, pwede nating sabihin na yung R, which is yung 40, is in parallel with the series combination ng impedances ng inductor, the impedance of the capacitor. So, yan ang ating working equation. So, solve na lang natin. Since we can consider this as two parallel impedances, pwede natin gamitin yung formula ng Z1, Z2 over Z1 plus Z2. Wherein yung Z1 natin is the R or yung 40 ohms at yung Z2 natin will be the combination of ZL and ZC. Substituting the values. So, R is 40. And then, ang Z2 natin, ZL plus ZC is positive J20. J20. Then, Z1 plus Z2, so we have 40 plus J40. And this will become 8 plus J16 or in polar 2 plus J16. This is 17.889 bar angle, 63.43 ohms. So, meron na tayong ZTH. So, pwede na natin kuhanin ang VTH. So, para makuha naman yun, again, i-draw lang natin yung circuit para mas makita or mas ma-visualize na yung itsura ng circuit. I-draw lang natin na inalis natin yung ZL. So, this is terminals A and B at kukuhanin natin yung VTH across terminals A and B. So, ito pa din yung J80, ito yung 40, and ito yung negative J60. Still, this is our 20 volts. So, yung ating tinanggal na load from terminals A and B will be replaced with an open circuit. No? Kasi kung maaalala natin, this Thevenin voltage is also called as open circuit voltage. Ayan. No? Ating Thevenin voltage is open or is also called an open circuit voltage. That is why we replace the load with an open circuit and then kunin natin yung voltage across that. Again, by inspection, makikita natin na yung voltage na yon across the terminals A and B, yung voltage na yan, is in parallel with the 40 ohm resistor. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung voltage at 40 ohms, equal siya dun sa ating VTH. No? Pero kung titingnan natin, series circuit na naman itong loop na ito. This is a series circuit. Now, we can use the VDR, voltage divider rule, to identify the voltage across the 40 ohms. So, paano po ang ating VDR? Now, V at 40 is equal to the total voltage, 20 volts, multiplied by, so ang numerator natin is kung anong element yung kinukuhanan natin ng voltage. In this case, yung 40 ohms. Ang ating denominator is the equivalent impedance ng series circuit na ito, which is 40 plus J80 minus J60. Basically, 40 plus J20 rin siya. So, this will result to 17.89 din, bar angle, negative 26.57 volts. So, hindi pa tayo natatapos dyan since ang gusto nating output ay equivalent circuit. So, the TEC or the Thevenin equivalent circuit, again, it is a simple series circuit. Now, we're in isi-series natin yung ating nakuhang ZTH. And then, ibabalik natin yung tinanggal nating load. So, we have here our ZL. Since ang ZL natin is wala naman siyang give value, we write it as is. Pero dahil meron tayong mga nakuha ng values ng ZTH at saka VTH, we have to write its equivalent value. So, ang ZTH natin is 17.88889 bar angle 63.43 ohms. Don't forget the unit, and our voltage is 17.89 bar angle negative 26.57 volts. So, ito na yung final answer natin. Supposedly, itong circuit plus kung ano man yung nakuha nating. So, pag nakakita kayo ng ganyan sa exam, you should include the value. Hindi pwedeng circuit lang. Kasi kahit anong circuit naman, basta series circuit, Thevenin equivalent na yun, diba? So, you have to identify ano yung values ng VTH, ano yung ZTH, and you have to write it in the circuit. Yung iba nalilito pa din. Minsan gumagawa lang sila ng isang series circuit tapos hindi kinukuha yung Thevenin equivalent, inilalagay ito pa ding source na to. So, that is different na. Iba na yung Thevenin equivalent source, voltage source. So, kung walang question sa Thevenin's theorem, we proceed to the Norton's theorem naman. Same circuit, no? Kailangan lang natin na using Norton's theorem. Okay, using Norton's theorem, yung Zn, sabi nga natin, this is equal to the Zth, which is yung nakuha natin kanina, 8 plus J16 ohms. Bakit siya equal? Kasi po, the same process applies sa pagkuha ng equivalent impedance. No, kailangan natin, kailangan nating i-turn off yung mga existing sources at kuhanin natin yung equivalent impedance doon sa terminals kung saan natin inalis yung element na kailangan natin alisin. In this case is the ZL. No? So, yun, ganun din siya. Then, for the current naman, in getting the current, i-redraw the circuit. Again, i-remove pa rin natin ito. Yung part na yun, yung terminals A and B. So, redraw natin ang circuit. We still have our 40 ohms and then capacitor. Ang mangyayari naman dito, the terminals A and B, ay instead of leaving it open, i-replace natin siya with a short circuit. Dito tayo kukuha ng Norton current. Kasi kanina sabi natin yung Thevenin equivalent voltage is also called an open circuit voltage. At kasi si Norton current, this is the short circuit current. So, you have to remember that para hindi kayo nalito. Pag Norton, is short. Pagka Thevenin, i-open natin si circuit. Ito pa rin yung 40, ito yung J80, at negative J60 as well as our 20 volts. Ano yung mapapansin natin ngayon sa ating circuit? Since shorted na siya, yung nasa terminals A and B, ang behavior ng current natin from the source, no? From the source, supposedly mahahati siya sa branches. But since shorted nga yung ating A and B, walang resistance doon sa part na yon. At ang behavior ng current natin is it will take the easiest path without any resistance. So it will continue to flow here, no? And then go back here. Para magiging isang series circuit na lang siya. So, it will disregard the 40 ohms. Kasi sabi nga naman ni Karen, bakit ako dadaan kay 40 ohms kung hindi resist niya ako? Di doon tayo sa walang resistance. So, mas dadaan yung current sa easiest path na makikita niya. So, doon siya sa shorted circuit. Kaya sometimes it's dangerous na mag-short circuit kasi minsan sobrang laking current on tapos wala kang resistance. Hindi pala sabi ko, most of the time, dangerous. Anyway, so yun yung magiging flow ng current natin. Kaya, so looking at it, para siyang isang series circuit na lang, kaya pwede nating makuha yung value ng IN by Ohm's law. IN is equal to 20 volts divided by, ano ngayon yung magiging considered impedance natin. Dahil nga hindi na niya dadaanan si 40 ohms, the considered impedance na lang or resistance to the current ay due to the reactance na dahil ng inductor at saka ng capacitor. So, J80 minus J60. So, this will become 1 bar angle negative 90 amperes. So, yan. Wala na tayong current. Norton current. So, pwede na tayong mag-drawing ng ating equivalent circuit. Ang easy. Norton equivalent. Again, this is a parallel circuit wherein yung impedance natin na nakuha ay nakaparallel sa ating current source, ibabalik natin yung ating pinalis na load. So, this is still Z sub L. This is our Zn, which is ang value niya ay ano nga yung polar? 17.889. Now, bar ang 63.43. This is 63.43 ohms. And then our IN is equal to 1 bar ang negative 90. Do not forget the unit. At na yung ating final answer. Again, since ang hinahanap ay equivalent circuit, dapat may drawing, dapat may values yung mga equivalent or dapat naka-indicate yung equivalent values in the circuit. So, ito na yun. Now, sabi nga natin, pwede nating ma-convert since pareho lamang naman yung circuit given. Kung meron tayong NEC, we can get the equivalent VTH, no? By multiplying IN at saka ZN. So, if we multiply the ZN, yung 17.889 multiplied by 1 by negative 90, we can get 17.89 bar angle negative 26. So, yun yung relationship ng dalawang equivalent circuit. Source transformation basic. Okay? Meron po bang mga katanungan? Clarifications, questions. So, yun. Wala pala tayong face-to-face meeting kasi supposedly this week, magbabalik ako ng test paper and I will be giving you our next handout. Since wala pa. Siguro next week na lang. Pero by Friday, magsisimula na tayo ng 3-phase. So, for finals, para wala nang magtanong, ito na yung finals topic. Final exam, ang topic, una, network theorems. So, network theorems, ang kasama lang ay itong ating na-discuss, superposition, Thevenin, at saka Norton. Included na din dyan yung source transformation na isama na natin dyan. Source transformation. And second topic is about three-phase system. Pero magpa-focus lamang tayo sa balanced loads para mas madali. Then the third topic will be about mutual induction, which is under nyan ay yung introduction to transform. So, yun yung mga magiging topics natin. Hopefully, makover natin siya before finals. Pero, ito na lang naman yung natitira, yung three-phase at saka yung mutual induction. Pero meron pa tayong natitirang laboratory. Isa pa. Plus, meron pang, syempre, yung presentation na ikasama na din ito. Ikaw magsasagot. Then, dalawang lab quiz. Para sa labs 1 and 2. Tingnan natin kung pwedeng, na lang siya, ma-incorporate na sa isang circuit. Yeah. Anyway, so, ganyan lang muna yung discussion natin today. Any other clarifications? Questions? So, ang next meeting natin is Friday, pero siya ay online. Okay, so if there are no questions, it will be all for today. See you online Friday. Okay, guys.